Hello, good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you here presenting my speech about the Sonoran Desert toad. I'm going to talk about a little bit of my personal story, my personal experience with the toad, and my book, Toad of Dawn. This book, I ended to write it in 2013 after I worked with this medicine for 6 years. This medicine helped me to completely quit my synthetic drug addictions, such as crack, cocaine, alcohol, and other things. And I've been out of that life for the last 12 years of my life. In 2011, I get into one of the 13 tribes of Sonoran Desert, the Seri tribe, to treat the crystal meth disorder among the population. After the elders of this community certified the effectiveness of the toad medicine treating the crystal meth addiction, I learned the traditional chants of this community, and with the support of the elders, I start traveling all over Mexico and the world, sharing not only the healing of the Sonoran Desert toad, but also the traditional chants of this community. Creating a unique ceremony helps people to release a lot of energy that we all have stored in our bodies and in our minds, and to reconnect with the infinite love that is inside of us. This knowledge of the unification with the oneness is nothing new for humans. We can see through the symbolism in all the archaeological evidence in Mexico, Central America, South America, and Europe, that the presence of the amphibians is connected with the spirituality in some of these Mesoamerican cultures, such as the Mayans, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Toltecs. Through my compilation and my visit to many museums, and after talking with archaeologists and sharing the medicine with them, I had the opportunity to travel to some of these archaeological sites and to see on first hand some of these objects. One of the objects that called for my attention was the toad sculpture that is in Veracruz, in Coajilote. This archaeological site is really important because we can see this huge sculpture of a toad that it's beside a huge temazcal, that it's the sweat lodge, and people were in these ceremonies not only sweating but also breathing the contents of these compounds occurred in plants and animals, just like the Sonoran Desert toad. For many years, authors and archaeologists proposed that the only candidate possible for being the character exhibited in this art is the Sonoran Desert toad, Buphus alvarius, and not the Buphus marinus. The confusion about which toad and why the toad was being clarified and cleared after the visit to these museums, because through all these objects we can see that the feather serpent or Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan, that it's a mixture of the eagle, the serpent, and the jaguar. We can track the same symbolism, that it's mainly the spiral that we can see in Balakmun, in Campeche, in Teotihuacan, in central Mexico, and we also can track the presence of the toad effigies even to Sonora. Here in Sonora State we have Cerro Trincheras. There is an archaeological site, and in this place the archaeologists recently unburied some skeletons, and some of the jewelry that these skeletons are wearing are toad effigies. So these same toad effigies that we can find here in Sonora, we can track them to Ohio, Mississippi, to Canada, all over Mexico, to Colombia, Costa Rica, Peru, Venezuela. I mean, the knowledge of the toad for people in the past, before the conquer of the New World, was spread all over the Americas. And this connection with this medicine was completely lost because of the Inquisition. And none of the tribes of the desert remember in recent times the usage of this toad. But now, after going to the communities and talking with the elders from the Yaqui community, from the Seri community, we know that also the toad and the amphibians was really important for them in the past. And the presence of this golden being that brought the knowledge and the wisdom to people is not only in the Aztec legends, but it's also in the Seri legends. So it's really easy for me to connect the effect of this medicine in 21st century after sharing this medicine with 7,000 people in more than 30 different countries, and to see that it doesn't matter which character people thinks that we are. We are more than just a physical body. We are more than just our thoughts, and we are our feelings and our emotions. And after anyone can be reconnected with the infinite love, people will understand why all these cultures were talking about this sacredness hidden in nature. And for me, it's a priority to make people understand the necessity to respect nature, to don't take these toads away from the desert, to don't have these toads in captivity, because this is a unique species, only lives in Sonora Desert. The natural cycle of life is being 10 months buried under the ground, only come out every rainy season to reproduce and feed. And this is the moment when we can go and harvest this medicine to free those toads again, so the next year we can have the same opportunity to get that medicine. And if we start to deplete the numbers of the toads in the near future, this can be another extincted species in the planet. That can be really a tragedy. But also I do believe that there is enough medicine in Sonoran Desert for having a worldwide project, healing people and also giving a break to the Amazonian jungle. Because for harvesting the toad medicine, we don't need to chop any tree. We don't need to wait for 10 or 15 years for these trees to be grown. The medicine is already there. That's why I don't believe that creating or producing any kind of synthetic substance in a lab will make life better or easier for humans and the planet. Some people claim that the Sonoran Desert toad is the same than the 5-MeO-DMT synthetic or plant. In my own experience, it's not like that. And after the result of the analysis that proved that the toad medicine contained 20 different alkaloids, we can only say that based on facts, there is not only one difference, there is 20 differences between the synthetic 5-MeO-DMT and the toad medicine. And even if you can make a synthesized version and to put together all these elements to make this complex cocktail, we need to understand that different toads have different concentrations, that different genders, different areas of the desert contain different amount of these substances in the secretion of the Sonoran Desert toad. So we cannot make a standard dose. We cannot tell to people that 100 milligrams of this is the regular dose for everyone, because for some people can be too much and for some people can be not enough. So we need to understand with a lot of precision how to work with this medicine. And in the future, a lot of people will do research. Right now, scientific community is stepping in the interest of understanding better this medicine, and we are collecting the data. Just myself, I have thousands of testimonials and for me it's just a blessing to be able to walk this path in this life in completely freedom, in completely happiness, and sharing this message that this medicine saved my life. I've seen many people who have improved their own lives with this medicine, and I think that the future, this and the rest of the plant medicines will be the pharmacopoeia that humans are using. Working with Cambo, helping people to flush the system before doing the toad medicine has been the perfect complement for these therapies. So we can see that the frog that lives in the trees of the jungle in South America can make this match, this click with the toad that lives under the ground in the desert. This is for me just a message of the planet that we were been looking for so long for answers, and we were trying to find those answers outside. And I do believe, on my experience, that as soon as I dive into my consciousness and I understand better who am I and what am I doing here and where I am going or where I can reach this in this life, I want to invite you all to stop the fear, to stop blaming, to stop false accusations, and to give yourself the opportunity to experience these and other medicines in a real safe context with someone that has experience to provide these with knowledge and with the wisdom. So I know that some people are accusing me for being intrusive and aggressive and also violent, and I can only say that the use of rapé, that it's a sacred medicine, and the use of water, that it's one of the elements of this planet, it's one of the ways to help people to overcome the fears, to overcome the discomfort that they might reach during the state of the medicine. And in my experience, just like the electroshock device has been a way to help people to improve their own life. And also I want to say that in my website there is a disclaimer so everyone can go and read and see and be aware of my methodology, and people before signing the form, they will be completely aware and agree about the events that can occur during the toad medicine experience. Also because I'm not providing a psychedelic experience. It's because I'm working with addicts, trying to help people to quit autodestructive behaviors. And some people needs a hug, some people needs a slap in the face, some people needs a kick in the butt, and some people needs to understand that we need to move on with this delusion of the mind. One of the most important issues about the natural medicines is sustainability. And regarding the toad medicine, I do believe that it might give a break to the Amazonian jungle, because harvesting the toad medicine, it's really easy. You can see on the videos on YouTube, on Shamans of the Global Village and on the Vice videos, how easy it is to get this medicine. And also to understand that the medicine will be reproduced every single season, every single year. So in the past, I've been chasing the light posts that are outside of the little towns in all Sonora State, because the light attract the insects and the insects attract the toads. So how I was doing this in the past is not possible for doing it anymore, because now with all the information being spread and a lot of people chasing and hunting these toads, the number of these toads in these areas are being decreased. And the depletion of these numbers of toads is not a menace yet for the total number of toads and also for the amount of medicine that exists in the Sonora Desert, but it will make impossible for people just to go and collect medicine for doing the work that I did in the past. I mean, sharing this with hundreds of thousands of people. But if we understand that it's possible to spread lights in some large areas of Sonora Desert, and this will attract the insects and the insects will attract the toads, then we can know for sure that we can have access to large amounts of this medicine. And after the rainy season is over, we can just shoot off those lights and wait until the next year. So this it's a proposal, an idea to people to finally gather together and work as a team, because there is only one Sonoran Desert, and all the competition between the practitioners trying to get more medicine, and even worse, creating a black market in Sonora Desert, because some of the native communities who had access to this medicine in recent times, some of them don't know about the medicine. Some of them are just seeing a profit that they can do with these toads and this medicine. And when some of the Western people come with euros or dollars to try to buy this medicine to them. Some of these people are shifting from being fishermen to being hunters to being toad collectors. Some of them with no any ethics about it, because some guys, because of the ignorance, are coming to the desert to buy the toads, to take the toads away, and that's the only risk for this medicine. If we understand the importance of this medicine and we let the toads alone in the desert and we just go and take this medicine, protecting the toads in an organized way, I do believe that not only humans and the toads and the desert, but also the planet have another hope and another opportunity to be better. Also, to understand that natural versus synthetic. I'm not against the use of any kind of synthetic substance. I've been a drug user my whole life. But I do understand the differences between one thing and another thing because of my own experience and because I've been seeing this and working with people for many years. So there is this discussion about, is the same the synthetic 5-MeO-DMT or the extracts of 5-MeO-DMT as the toad medicine? Do they provide the same experience? And in my opinion, it's not. It's different. Taking in consideration that synthetic 5-MeO-DMT contains only one molecule, and the toad medicine, it's a complex compound of many different alkaloids. Some of these alkaloids were identified, some of them were studied, but some of them are not. And we also don't know how all these things work together in this cocktail in our systems. So I understand also that for some people it can be easier to measure some kind of standard dose in produced by a not natural way, like the planet. And I agree, I respect that, but I still believing and saying that it's not the same. With the time, more people with open heart and open mind will try these different ways to achieve a state, and it's not only about the state induced by the substance, but it's also about the after effects about the substance. And the reconnection, reactivation of these states after the ingestion of these substances are different comparing the toad medicine with the synthetic 5-MeO-DMT. I'm not the only one saying it, there is many people saying it, and there is only a few guys who are completely I don't know, denying the differences between these two compounds. And I think that science is making clear that there is not only one, but 20 differences between 5-MeO-DMT synthetic and the toad medicine.